Back. Welcome back to the Inside Haiku Apps channel. So, as you can see from this huge picture of me in the middle of your screen, today we're just going to talk about what's coming and what the channel will be up to. Okay, a little bit of housekeeping. So, I had thought that this year we're going to do things a little differently, because we started, I think it was September 23, and we had 2 episodes a week, regular as clockwork, and we zoomed through all the major apps on Haiku. Now there's still a lot of apps that we haven't talked about, but they tend to be fairly technical, that would be minority interests. So first of all, we're going to stop this regular schedule because I don't think it's really necessary anymore. I mean, the people who like this channel and view it know it exists. And what I want to do is there will still be 1, possibly 2 episodes a week, right? But don't expect it to be, what was it, Tuesday and Friday or something like that, right? It'll be a little bit more irregular, so just subscribe, put it in your feed, you'll see it. Then this year I want to give a little bit of love to the smaller repos, because so far we've really only just been talking about the main Haiku ports, depot, and the apps it's got on it. And I think it's time we had to see what B-Sly and Fat Elk have for us, because there's some very interesting little apps on there. And so we did talk about how to add those repos on your system. We'll probably just recap that briefly when we get to them. Then I think we're also moving to more concrete demonstrations of applications, right? So we have had a talk about, I don't know, LibreOffice. So let's have something a little more on what can you do with LibreOffice on Haiku. Well, that's just an example. I still prefer to talk about what you can do with native apps, and there'll be some kind of priority. Also, you might be interested to know that the featured apps in the Haiku Depot app has been static for years. In the last few months, I've taken that over and I've reorganized it. So every weekend I go to Haiku Depot and I see what's new or what's gotten a major update, right? And I move that into the featured apps. So if you haven't been using featured apps in the Haiku Depot application, then maybe you should take another look, because it's changed quite a lot, right? The way I do it, there are 2 lists that are mixed up in your feed, right? One is a permanent list, right? Those are apps that are major, that are, important. And we had a long discussion about this on the forums, and I got a lot of good tips, some of which I agreed with, others not, but I made a list that tried to keep as many people happy as possible. And then there's a floating list of new and significantly improved ones. So if you're a developer and you are wondering, how do I get onto the featured list? Update your app. Right? Now, remember that if you're going from 10.1 to 10.2, that's an update. But if you're going from 10.1-1 to 10.1-2, that's just maintenance. People who use your app will pick that up with an update anyway. Right? So only when there's a really new version, a new significantly improved version, then I'll put it in featured. And I do this every weekend. So get your updates in before Friday afternoon. Okay, so that's it. I think we're going to have a great year. It'll be quite different from what you're used to. We're going to be a little bit more hands-on. We're going to range a little bit more widely. And if you've been following the supplementals, I think the channel is going to be a little bit more like that. A little bit more offbeat, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and let's have a great year with Haiku.